Seekers of greatness, dreamers of the impossible, and action takers on the path to success. I'm Daniel Craig Johnson, and I'm amped to be your personal guide on this exhilarating journey to self-discovery, business mastery, and life transformation. Strap in because you're about to blast through barriers, obliterate limitations, and sculpt the life you've dreamt of. Hello everybody, welcome back on the Success Blueprint. I've been gone for a week because I had so much on full day shoots, performing with my LED Wheel at the Sex Expo here in Johannesburg, which was amazing with my 300 Spartan act. So I am back, and just because you miss an episode or two, that doesn't matter. It is what it is, and you have to roll with the punches. So here I am. Welcome back on the show. I'm glad that you tuned in again, and let's get right into it. As a leader in today's fast-paced business world, you know that teamwork has never been more critical to success. But the old rules of team dynamics no longer apply. In an era of exponential change, you need exponential teaming, high-performing teams that can adapt rapidly to stay ahead of the curve. The challenges seem endless, from managing remote workers to fostering collaboration across borders and time zones. How do you overcome the obstacles, understand modern ways of team coaching, and avoid the mistakes that cause so many leaders to fail at building world-class teams? Well, the key is getting the basics right so you can focus on what really matters, crafting a winning team for the future. That's what today's episode is about, and it's called The New Rules of Teamwork: How to Succeed in an Exponential World. So let's get right into it. Communication breakdown. Why do teams fail to connect? Well, to achieve high performance, teams must connect and communicate effectively. However, communication breakdown is one of the leading causes of team failure. Lack of clarity in messaging. Without clear expectations and guidelines, team members may misunderstand priorities or work at cross purposes. To address this, establish transparent communication channels, set explicit objectives, and define individual responsibilities. Regular meetings, memos, and messaging platforms can help keep all members aligned. Failure to actively listen. Active listening is essential for ensuring that all voices are heard and avoiding unnecessary confusion or conflict. Team leaders should model good listening practices, encourage feedback, and create an environment where all members feel their input is valued. By practicing empathy, teams can gain useful insights and alternative perspectives. Alternative perspectives are important, and they need to be fostered in the environment so that people are not afraid to speak up. Lack of psychological safety. For teams to communicate openly, members must feel that they can share ideas or concerns without fear of retribution. Hear that again, without fear of retribution. Team leaders should express appreciation for candor, acknowledge weaknesses, and invite input on improving team dynamics. When members feel their psychological safety is a priority, they are more likely to raise issues that could significantly impact performance if left unaddressed. Information overload. While transparency and open communication are ideal, too much information can be counterproductive. Teams should establish protocols for how and when to share to avoid overwhelming members or diluting key messages. Leaders may need to reiterate priorities and condense lengthy discussions into concise action items and next steps. To overcome communication breakdown, teams must make clarity, listening, psychological safety, and efficient information sharing top priorities. With the commitment to understand each other fully and keep all members actively engaged, teams can avoid confusion, conflict, and wasted effort, allowing them to focus their energy on achieving shared goals. Strong, transparent communication is the foundation for team success. So, let's talk about the skill of listening and fostering open dialogue. To foster open dialogue within your team, the skill of active listening is essential. As a leader, make a conscious effort to listen without judgment and seek to understand different perspectives. Some tips to develop your active listening skills right here. Provide your full attention. Minimize distractions and make eye contact to show you are focused on the speaker. Maintain an open and curious mindset. Don't be busy with other things. Don't look at your cell phone. Don't do anything that actually shows that you are not fully engaged. Ask follow-up questions. Seek clarification and deeper understanding. Ask open-ended questions to encourage the other person to elaborate on their thoughts and opinions. Reflect on what was said. Paraphrase what the speaker shared to confirm you comprehended their message accurately. Say something like, it sounds like you're saying, or if I understand correctly, your key point is, and withhold judgment. Do not interrupt or criticize the speaker. Your role is to listen, not pass judgment. Maintain an open and receptive stance. Share how you feel and perceive the issue. Explain your perspective without accusation. Use I statements and speak from your own experience. This fosters a constructive exchange of ideas. Find common ground and compromise. The goal is to gain mutual understanding, not prove who is right or wrong. Look for areas of agreement and solutions you both consider fair and reasonable. Implementing these techniques will enhance communication within your team. However, listening is only effective if people feel their voices are heard and valued. As a leader, make it a priority to create an environment where everyone feels empowered to share openly without fear of retaliation or criticism. When team members feel respected and understood, it leads to higher trust, cooperation, and performance. The skill of listening combined with a supportive culture is key to collaboration and progress. That is one of the cornerstones of successful, effective, and high-performing teams. Let's talk about leading with empathy, connecting with employees. As a leader, exhibiting empathy towards your team members is essential for success. Understanding employees' perspectives, challenges, and motivations will allow you to lead more effectively. Make an effort to connect with each employee individually. Schedule regular one-on-one meetings to discuss their goals, concerns, and professional development. Express a genuine interest in their well-being and job satisfaction. Provide mentorship and help them create clear career paths. Employees who feel supported and valued will be more engaged and committed to team success. Be flexible and willing to accommodate employees' needs when possible. Recognize that each individual has responsibilities outside of work that may sometimes take priority. Trust your employees and allow them a reasonable degree of autonomy in how they structure their work. Micromanaging and rigid policies will only serve to demotivate your team. Practice active listening and encourage open communication. Foster an environment where employees feel comfortable voicing their opinions and discussing challenges. Address issues promptly and respectfully. Seek to understand other perspectives rather than make assumptions. Your team will be more transparent and willing to collaborate if they feel heard and respected. Provide constructive feedback and recognition. Offer praise and rewards when deserved to boost motivation and morale. If performance issues need to be addressed, do so privately and with empathy. Don't do it in front of other team members. Don't yell or scream or raise your voice in front of others. Talk respectfully to your staff and do that in one-on-one meetings. Focus on specific behaviors and actions, not personal attacks. Work with the employee to develop a performance improvement plan. With support and guidance, they can get back on track. You just have to give them a chance. Leading with empathy requires continuous effort and practice. Make it a regular habit to consider how your words and actions might affect others. Your team's success depends on it. By connecting with your employees and understanding what motivates them, you will earn their trust, loyalty, and best efforts. An empathetic leader is able to bring out the best in their team. And yes, of course, you can also lead with fear or with punishment or with force and toxic masculinity and whatever you want to call it. But trust me, you will be more effective if you are an empathetic leader that has moral authority. People will look up to you and follow you wherever you go. Let's talk about sparking motivation, aligning goals and interests. To spark motivation and align goals with your team, focus on the intrinsic motivations and interests of each member. Understand what drives them and how their goals can synergize with the team's objectives. Provide autonomy and control. Giving team members more autonomy and control over their work leads to greater motivation and satisfaction. Allow them flexibility in how they achieve their goals and encourage their input on team decisions. However, be sure to set clear expectations to keep the team aligned. Offer growth opportunities. Create paths for career and skills development to keep team members engaged. Provide mentorship programs and opportunities for new challenges. When people feel their potential is being maximized, they are driven to perform at their best. Set achievable goals. Work with your team to establish specific, measurables, and realistic goals. Achievable goals motivate people and give them a sense of progress and accomplishment. Be sure to also set interim milestones to maintain momentum. Recognize and reward. Implement recognition and reward programs to reinforce motivation and dedication. Both monetary and non-monetary rewards are impactful. Simple verbal or written recognition of someone's efforts or accomplishments can go a long way. Foster shared interests. Look for common interests, values, or purpose among team members. Helping people see the shared interest in their work motivates them to collaborate and support each other. This also builds team cohesion, which leads to improved performance. Open communication. Create an environment where people feel comfortable communicating openly about their motivations, interests, and goals. Talk with your team members regularly about their work satisfaction and engagement. Be willing to listen and make appropriate changes to ensure their needs and the team's needs are being met. Keeping your team motivated and aligned is an ongoing process, continually re-evaluating what drives each person and the team as a whole, as well as implementing new strategies will help achieve a highly motivated, high-performing team. With motivation and shared purpose, your team will thrive in achieving their goals and the organization's mission. So how do we train for the future and invest in continued growth? To succeed in today's exponential world, teams must continuously adapt and improve. They must be agile. As a leader, investing in your team's growth and development is critical. Training for the future, investing in continued growth. Providing comprehensive training programs will equip your team with the skills and knowledge to excel. Conduct a skills gap analysis to identify areas for improvement, then develop customized training to address these needs. Workshops, online courses, job shadowing, and mentoring are effective options. Continuous learning should be an organizational priority. When teams stop improving, they stop innovating. Set aside time for team members to strengthen their competencies through self-guided study or by taking additional courses. Some options to consider include technical skills training to gain proficiency with new tools, software, and systems. Digital fluency is increasingly important. Leadership development programs to nurture key leadership qualities like communication, motivation, and conflict resolution. Strong leadership drives team performance. Interpersonal skills training to improve collaboration, active listening, and problem solving. High-performing teams have members with complementary soft skills. Cross-training in different roles and responsibilities. Having a broader range of experience enhances flexibility and adaptability. Team members can step in for one another as needed. Mentoring and coaching. Very important point. Pairing experienced team members with new hires accelerates learning and results in stronger job fit. Mentoring also provides leadership opportunities for the mentors. Continuous growth and progress are instrumental to success. When teams stop learning, they stop improving and adapting to change. Investing in comprehensive training and development will ensure your team is poised to thrive in today's fast-paced, uncertain world. The future belongs to those who prepare for it today. Equip your team with the skills to shape tomorrow. What about job satisfaction and putting people in the right roles? To achieve optimal team performance, leaders must ensure that team members are in the roles that match their skills, talents, and passions. When employees feel fulfilled and challenged in their positions, job satisfaction and motivation increase significantly. Evaluate team members' strengths and weaknesses. Utilizing behavioral assessments and performance reviews, leaders can gain valuable insight into each team member's abilities, work styles, and career goals. These tools help to identify both areas of excellence as well as skill gaps, enabling leaders to make strategic role assignments. Leaders should also encourage open communication, where team members feel empowered to discuss their job preferences, interests, and developmental needs. Align roles with individual capabilities. With a clear understanding of team members' strengths and weaknesses, leaders can align roles accordingly. Matching the right people to the right jobs results in higher productivity, creativity, and job satisfaction. Employees who are able to utilize their skills and talents in their work tend to be more engaged and motivated. This is a very important factor that you always have to keep in mind. They see a direct connection between their efforts and the team's success. Provide ongoing feedback and development. Simply assigning team members to suitable roles is not enough. Leaders must provide continuous feedback and support to help individuals thrive in their positions. This includes offering constructive feedback, setting clear expectations, and providing opportunities for skill development. Formal or on-the-job training may be required to enhance team members' abilities in their roles. When team members feel equipped and empowered to excel, motivation and performance will increase. Make strategic reassignments as needed. As team dynamics and organizational goals change over time, role reassignments may become necessary. Leaders should regularly reevaluate team members' job satisfaction and performance, as well as monitor how well team needs are being met. When a team member would be better utilized in an alternate role, leaders must make strategic reassignments to optimize team performance. With open communication and support, team members are more likely to adapt well to new roles. In summary, enhancing team performance requires that leaders place team members in roles that match their talents, skills, and passions. By gaining insights into individuals' capabilities, align roles accordingly, providing ongoing development and making strategic reassignments as needed, leaders can achieve a team composition that drives motivation, productivity, and success. A cohesive team with the right people in the right jobs will always thrive. Recognition and appreciation value team contributions. Recognition and appreciation are integral to valuing team contributions and enhancing performance. As a leader, expressing gratitude for your team members' work fosters a supportive environment where people feel motivated to excel. Provide sincere praise. That's important. Offer praise and recognition frequently through both formal and informal means. Thank team members personally for their contributions, highlighting specific ways they add value. For significant achievements, consider a handwritten thank you card or small gift. During team meetings, call out key wins and milestones to show collective appreciation. Sincere praise and recognition motivate team members by making them feel valued and re-energized. However, for optimal impact, tailor appreciation to individuals and be specific about their contributions. Generic praise can seem insincere and damage morale. Implement rewards and incentives. That should be a no-brainer. In addition to praise, consider performance-based rewards and incentives like bonuses, choice of work assignments, or additional paid time off. Rewards demonstrate you notice and value high-quality work. They also motivate team members by giving them something tangible to work toward. However, rewards must be equitable and based solely on merit to avoid perceptions of favoritism. Explain your criteria for determining rewards clearly and evaluate performance objectively against concrete metrics. This approach helps ensure you distribute rewards fairly based on team members' actual value added. Emphasize growth opportunities. While praise and rewards focus on past performance, growth opportunities motivate team members by giving them a sense of progress. Meet with team members regularly to discuss their career and skill development. Then provide stretch assignments, mentorship, or funding for training programs aligned with their goals. Facilitating team members' growth and development builds their confidence and loyalty to the organization. It also ensures you have a pipeline of qualified internal candidates ready to take on more responsibility, which benefits both employee and the organization. Overall, a combination of praise, rewards, and growth opportunities will maximize the motivation and performance of your team. Embracing change and adapting to new realities. To succeed in today's fast-paced global environment, the ability to adapt quickly to change is crucial. And as a leader, you must prepare your team to embrace change and pivot as needed to achieve key objectives. It is of utmost importance and it must be customer-centric. Provide ongoing training. Continuous learning is essential for adapting new realities. Offer your team members opportunities to upgrade their skills through workshops, online courses, and on-the-job training. Well-trained employees will be better equipped with the knowledge and abilities to adjust to changes. They can apply new techniques and best practices to overcome challenges. Encourage an open mindset. That should be a no-brainer. Promote a culture where your team feels comfortable questioning the status quo and considering different perspectives. Discuss how having a fixed mindset can hinder progress. Growth mindsets, on the other hand, see abilities and knowledge as fluid and continually developing. With an open and curious mindset, your team will be more receptive to change and willing to step out of their comfort zone. Solicit feedback. Regularly ask your team members for input on current processes and potential improvements. Their feedback will help you identify areas that need to be addressed to increase adaptability. Be open to suggestions and make an effort to implement viable recommendations. Valuing your team's input will boost engagement and motivation during transitions. Provide clear guidance. When introducing changes, communicate transparently about the reasons and desired outcomes. Set clear expectations about new responsibilities and priorities to avoid confusion or frustration. Offer resources and support to help your team members achieve key goals. Strong leadership and direction will motivate your team to embrace change and work together cohesively. Celebrate wins, acknowledge milestones and successes to keep your team's morale high during periods of change. Recognizing achievements, both big and small, will remind your team members why adapting to change is worthwhile. Celebrate wins together to strengthen relationships and renew a sense of shared purpose. With an optimistic outlook, your team will develop the resilience to pivot as needed to thrive in an exponential world. Success in uncertainty, building resilient and agile teams. To succeed in today's volatile and uncertain business climate, teams must become more agile and resilient. Leaders play an instrumental role in cultivating these qualities to enhance team performance. You have to provide clear vision and direction. Well-defined goals and priorities are essential for navigating ambiguity. Communicate a compelling vision and key priorities to align team efforts. Review goals regularly and make adjustments as needed to account for changes. Clearly articulating the why behind key priorities will help team members stay motivated and focused. Foster adaptability. Teams that can pivot quickly will thrive in uncertain conditions. Encourage experimentation and an openness to failure. Provide opportunities for teams to problem solve in real time without micromanagement. An adaptable mindset where teams feel empowered to make decisions and comfortable with change is key. Build trust and psychological safety. I mentioned this again as a highlight. Team members must feel comfortable taking risks, asking questions, and making mistakes without fear of repercussions. As a leader, model transparency and openness. Admit your own vulnerabilities and limitations. Create an environment where all voices are heard and respected. Trust and psychological safety are essential for collaboration and innovation. Offer support and coaching. Leading teams through uncertainty requires sensitivity and support. Check in regularly on team dynamics and morale. Provide coaching and mentorship to help teams navigate challenges. Your guidance and backing will help alleviate stress and prevent burnout. Offer resources for developing resilience and coping strategies. A strong support system is vital when the way forward is unclear. Encourage continuous learning. Ongoing learning is key to adapting to change. Promote a growth mindset within your team where learning and development are highly valued. Provide opportunities for skill building, especially in areas like critical thinking, problem solving, and emotional intelligence. Stay up to date with trends in your industry and relevant disciplines. Continuous learning at both an individual and team level is essential for success in today's world. With vision, adaptability, trust, support, and continuous learning, teams can thrive in the face of uncertainty. Equipping your teams with these capabilities will ensure high performance regardless of circumstances. Strong, resilient teams are the key to overcoming exponential challenges and achieving sustained success. So to close this off, as a leader, success comes down to understanding that team dynamics have changed. The old rules no longer apply. In this fast-paced, complex world of exponential change, you need to adopt a growth mindset. Let go of control and micromanagement. Instead, focus on empowering your team members, giving them autonomy and purpose. Create an environment where people feel psychologically safe to take risks, ask questions, and learn from failure. Help your team develop a shared vision and purpose so they can navigate uncertainty with clarity and confidence. The future is always unwritten, but with the right mindset and tools, you can build a team poised to thrive at the edge of chaos. The only question is, are you ready to lead differently. The future of your team depends on it. And if you want to learn how to be a future-proof leader, connect to me. I got workshops, I got talks, I got coaching programs. I will help you set yourself up for future success. And that was it for this week's episode on the Success Blueprint with Daniel Craig Johnson, your host. Guys, I hope you have a fantastic week and a great upcoming weekend. Take care.